Sagittarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-March 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Sagittarius collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for the Saggies in mid-March, as we are moving very close to Aries season at the time of this filming? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself, and at the very end I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Saggy, please, as we're getting very close to the astrological new year, my friends. What's happening with Saggy, please, guides and spirit team? Oh, okay, I'll take it. That card did okay. It flipped out of my hand like 3 times, and we have this beautiful Empress energy. And Saggy, I'll tell you something, regardless of what shows up within the reading as a whole, this is a silver lining. It's probably one of my favorite oracle cards to get in any spread, because that's that goddess energy. Now, before we really dive into it too deep, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card a little bit. So if you look at the imagery here, we see this beautiful divine feminine figure. She is amidst all the flowers, the flora, the fauna, the animals, the plants, just living it up in nature. She has a tattoo or a picture of the tree of life on her back. So this always reminds me of the Empress energy. Like I said, it's that goddess. Now, for some of you, you should do some reconnecting with nature or in nature. That could be very good for you, could be good for your energy, good for your soul. But whenever I get Empress energy, I think of fertility, I think of abundance, I think of possibilities, just that cup runneth over with all good things. So this could be really, really nice. If you are really putting your energy towards something specific in this time, Spirit could be telling you like, hey, this has a lot of potential, Saggy. So that's something you should probably continue to work towards. Now remember, within the reading itself, hey, choppy things might show up, but when the Empress energy is around you, that's good. That's a silver lining. So we're just going to put her down right there. And for some of you, it might just be connected to a Taurus or a Libra. Doesn't have to be, but let's just put her over there. She could chill out, hang out in nature. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright, then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time for my Saggies, please. What do we have in mid-March? And while we get this deck all shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading, my friends. It was not the most fire sign-like energy, okay, because it felt very plan-based. Your reading last week was titled, They Have a Plan. Okay, so whether it was you in the planning stages of something, strategizing something, that could have been in the mix, or somebody else, obviously. And, you know, I'm a fire sign myself. I know that we could be a little impulsive sometimes. And yeah, we'll plan things out, we'll strategize them, but we're all about that action. The energy we saw last week was much different. It was much more strategic based. So we're going to see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. So let's get it going here. 3 cards for the Saggy collective, please. What do we got? Okay, good start. All right, okay, we have the 2 of Cups. So connections, people that you're connected to. Could be romance, it could be completely other things, but interpersonal connections are showing importance here in the first stage. Let's get a couple more cards out. I'll really start to build this reading. For Saggy, please. All right, double 2s. Wow. Okay, so Spirit is already trying to send us some signs here, my friends. Let's get one more. The planning is still in effect. The planning is still in play. Okay, we got the 8 of Wands. Wow, this showed up in the Leo reading as well. Lots of fire here for you, my beautiful Sagittarians. Okay, so let's just put that there. I want to go through, give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, we do have a couple of patterns showing up. Obviously, the double 2s right here in the front. We have double fire energy on the back end. Lots of oomph under the energy of this spread. We still have that holdover energy from last week with the strategy and the planning. So I really want to dig into this and see like what Spirit's really trying to tell us, because we do have the themes showing up, but there's this action being taken on the back end that we really want to look at. But position number 1, we have the Two of Cups. And I will say this is a very harmonious 2. Out of all the 2s, the Two of Cups is my favorite one. So as with this next one, 2s represent partnerships, decisions, choices, being at a crossroads. So for you, maybe with several different situations, you might be at a big crossroads, like make or break. Do I invest in this? Do I not? It's like, what should I do? What should I do type of energy. The Two of Cups is specifically about partnerships. So like I said, soul ties, whether that is romance, whether it's really good friends, family members. When we clarify this, it could tell us what they may be feeling, how they may feel towards you, or life in general when we see this Two of Cups. But this card is super harmonious. It's really good, easy flowing generally. But like I said, in my style of reading, I do simplify it a little bit, and it could just be talking to us about a very specific individual. In its rough sense, because remember, every card does have positive and challenge. In the rough sense, the Two of Cups could represent people that are just oil and water right now, where they're just not seeing eye to eye. But we're not going to lean into that too much. We'll stick to the positive until a clarifier tells us otherwise. So we're going to tuck it in right here next to that Two of Wands, and we're going to keep it moving. So the Two of Wands, like I said, similar to this other one, is a repeating number. So when we get a lot of repeating themes in a spread, Spirit could be trying to send you signs, synchronicities, omens. So keep your eyes open in this time. You might be seeing 222, 111, 333, 888, whatever numbers. Spirit could be trying to either encourage you or guide you on a specific path. Big omens could be coming up for a lot of Saggies. But the Two of Wands does have the similarities to the Two of Cups. Crossroads, decisions, choices, and all that. But this one could also represent travel. This one could also represent distance between you and another individual, or just distance in general. The Two of Wands is the strategy card. So just like I said we had last week, where there was a lot of planning, there was a lot of strategy happening, whether from your end or somebody else's. There's someone in a planning phase of something, and we might see it come to fruition towards the back end, because it's like we have a little buildup of energy happening here, where something could be coming down the pipeline for sure. Now, the Two of Wands, in its rougher sense, this card could represent things that are stalled out. It's something you could be waiting for, maybe someone's waiting on you in one way or another. It's not the biggest action card. Like, it's something that's at a halt at the moment, okay? It doesn't feel permanent completely, though. But we're just going to put it here. Once again, it is of the fire element, so that's why it's giving me that energy of something building up, something revving up. And here we come with the action on the back end. We have the Eight of Wands right here to cap us off. So this is one of the fastest cards in the whole entire tarot deck. It is shooting towards something like a rocket. Now, that could be very good depending on what you're going through right now. But at the same time, it could be unpredictable. It could be a little chaotic. The Eight of Wands, distance, travel, has that similar theme once again. But to me, this is a huge card of communication, talking, messages, back and forths, very hot and heavy type of communication. And I saw it on the back end of the Leo reading as well. But if we're not speaking about speaking or talking messages, this card could literally just be an action that somebody takes, or action that's imminent. So this could be a big cornerstone to the reading overall. So we're going to put that Eight of Wands down right there, and I'm just picking up that energy of something building up. Something building up, build up, build up, build up, boom. So I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my Saggies, please. What do we got going on, my guides? And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Two of Cups. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Saggy, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Two of Cups time. Why is that Two of Cups here for Saggy? Okay, no, almost, the Knight of Swords almost came out, but it went back into the deck. That was very odd. Okay. Yeah, someone wants to talk to you. We have the Page of Wands. It's another possible connection here, whether you want to hear from someone or someone wants to hear from you. This Page of Wands could represent us as fire signs, so any Saggies, Aries, Leos, all of that. And pages, if they're not representing people or younger individuals, this could be a person you have a tie with, there could be an age gap. All pages are students, all pages are messengers. So when I see this Page of Wands, like it's like, there's something I need to say. There's something I want to get off my chest. There's something I want to do. This page can also really burn itself out from time to time. So Spirit could be asking you to pace yourself in regards to something, or pace yourself in regards to a situation with another person in specific, right? Because this page, just like, it'll use all of its energy in one shot and then it's drained. Okay, so that is something to watch out for, but I do feel the main crux of this message, especially since we're ending off with an action card, a talking card, communication, someone wants to hear from you. All right, so if there's someone that you've not been speaking to recently, or the communication hasn't been going well, or it's been volatile or anything like that, like there could be someone that they just want to touch base. That's like the energy I'm picking up here. Now we'll see how that evolves as we move through the reading. But yeah, Two of Cups, Page of Wands, it's like, I want to hear from you. I want to touch base in one way or another. So just keep that in mind as we move throughout the rest of the reading. For a portion of you, this could represent a new cycle you're moving into as well. Like, it does feel very fresh. So let's see why the Two of Wands is here. Notice once again, all this fire, which could be good. It could be unpredictable once again. So let's see why the Two of Wands is here. Why is that Two of Wands in the mix? Thank you. I mean, someone's planning to pop in or pop out. Like, this could be, I mean, I'm not sure if I've seen this for you in recent weeks, but this could either be someone or something returning or just popping up out of the blue, out of nowhere. Under this card of planning here, we have the Hermit in reverse underneath, all right? So maybe some of you, that's you. It doesn't have to be someone else. Like, I'm going to pop up on them, see how they're feeling or what's going on. I want to check in with this person. Take it for what it's worth. Now, the Hermit is usually someone withdrawing their energy when it's in the upright. Represents the zodiac sign of Virgo. So it's like pulled back, withdrawing. There is no talking with the Hermit. It's someone that's just in their own bubble. In reverse, underneath, in the midst of all this communication, in reverse, underneath this plan-based Two of Wands, it's someone planning on popping back up. So I wouldn't be surprised. I've been seeing it for a lot of signs, especially since we're moving into eclipse season. Things from the past, people from the past, situations from the past do cycle back around when we get close to eclipses, right? Because Spirit wants us to iron them out or deal with them. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I do feel like someone, don't be surprised if you hear from someone you haven't heard from in quite a while. Okay, this could be either someone that pops back in surprisingly or explosively. It's like, well, where the hell did you come from? It's been so long. It's like giving me that type of vibe. So when we combine all this energy, I feel various ones. It doesn't just have to be one. Let's keep moving over to the Eight of Wands and see what that has to say. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. I mean, it's such an, like, it's reading like a bit of a storyboard here, Saggy. It's interesting. Why do we got that Eight of Wands? Thank you. Yeah. Sun in reverse, I do like, and you know what? You're kind of expecting it. You might act like you're not, but you probably are. That's the one vibe I'm picking up here. We have the Sun in reverse underneath this Eight of Wands. For some of you, that could be a Leo that you're possibly connected to. Doesn't have to be, though. The Sun is one of the most positive cards in the whole entire tarot deck. And in reverse, it's still very positive, and it's a card that's illuminating. It shines light on things. It's things that we already know. So when I see it in reverse, yeah, there is that little element of surprise, right? Like there is that little, oh, all right, well, I was expecting it, but not right now, not quite yet. Yeah, it could be an unexpected talk, but I think deep down in your gut, like in your intuition, you knew this was going to happen. Whether this is a conversation or a message, it does feel like it, with all the energy we felt building up and this energy popping back in and possible returns and stuff like that, I think you intuitively feel it in the air. That's a big thing I'm picking up here with the Sun in reverse. Now, could this be a very good conversation? Sure. This is a very positive card, even though it's in reverse. But one thing I still have to keep pounding the message home. 4 of the 6 cards here are fire. They could be unpredictable. So whether it is, yeah, like I said, that talk that comes in unexpectedly, the return that comes in unexpectedly, could be a little bit of both. But with the Sun in reverse, I think your intuition is probably already hinting to you. You know this is happening, anyway. That's somebody set to swoop in here. So let's go through and do a quick recap, Saggy. Then we'll get into the shadow card. So a lot of, I don't want to say this reading was one note, but it's like very congruent in the theme that Spirit wants you to be prepared for it. But let's go through. Position number 1, we have the Two of Cups with the Page of Wands. Yeah, sure. This could be something new or a renewal, a new cycle of some kind. I intuitively felt like, yeah, there's someone that wants to hear from you, or you want to hear from somebody else. And that was the main theme. Yeah, there was this wanting to put energy towards something, but Spirit telling you to pace yourself. So take that for whatever it's worth. Moving to the center, we have the Two of Wands with the Hermit in reverse. So somebody's planning on popping back up, or this is something that's going to return. And it does feel, like I said, it has that element of surprise, the unpredictable. So do with that what you will, and it does have that explosive, fiery energy. But as we got to the back end, I do feel like, you know, like you already knew this cycle or this individual, or you felt it coming. When we get to the back end, we have the Eight of Wands, the communication, the action, the movement with the Sun in reverse, which is kind of humorous to me because the Sun in reverse to me can represent mystery, surprise, the unexpected. But I feel intuitively that you kind of already knew, like Spirit was giving you a heads up. So once again, whether it is an unexpected or explosive talk, it could be either of the two. We have such a congruent energy of like, all right, they want to hear from you. They're planning on popping back up, and here they are. It's like boom, boom, boom. Step 1, 2, 3. It lays out perfectly, Saggy. So don't say I didn't warn you. Please take a screenshot of that. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. We're gonna hope for no fire in the shadows, right? We get the point, Spirit team. Let's see, what do we got for Saggy, please? Guides. And yes, my friends, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. It doesn't always have to be a challenge. So let's see what's in there. And if you've made it to this point in reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love and appreciation for my channel members. All right, let's get this shadow card out here. Give us a little something different. Give us a little flavor here, my guides. What do we got? Queen of Wands. So yeah, I said maybe we won't get any fire in the shadows, and we got some fire in the shadows. One of the cards that could represent you could represent another fire sign as well. So you see this fiery, burnt up type of energy, which could be good for a lot of you, like building up to something, momentum being built. And I do like it. Now, for some of you, Spirit's asking you to do some self-care, self-love in this time. So whether it's mind, body, soul, emotions, you really need to like take yourself and be in line. You might be connected to another fire sign, but if that's not the case, whenever I see the Queen of Wands, I think of confidence and beauty. So if you're not trying to switch up something aesthetically, maybe Spirit's saying like, hey, maybe buy a new piece of wardrobe or whatever it might be to help boost your confidence, okay? Queen of Wands is the self-confidence. So I feel like in this time, don't lose confidence in yourself and don't lose confidence in a specific situation. If all the other messages don't land, the Queen of Wands is very self-centered, but not in a bad way. When we're looking at fire signs, it's like, take care of yourself. So yeah, we'll put her down over there, Saggy. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to get a personal reading done with me, you can find my digital calendar on mastermetaphysics.com, so please feel free to check it out. But for the March subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful, fantastic Tarot of the Owls. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments what is your favorite zodiac sign, and give me a couple reasons why. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.